Today we will be talking about an incident that happened around 2013. We will call the person that experienced these events Ernest, to protect his identity. Ernest lived in a place in southern Texas called Sienna Plantation. Sienna Plantation is a neighborhood that is situated on land that used to be a sugar plantation during the 1800s. Jonathan D. Waters purchased the land in 1840 to grow sugar cane and cotton. During the 1800s, Sienna Plantation was called Waters Plantation and had around 500 slaves. Jonathan D. Waters was known to be a cruel slave owner. To make matters worse, sugar production was the cruelest of all crops. Slaves had more deaths than births in sugar plantations. Jonathan D. Waters was known as a harsh slave owner, who overworked his slaves and feed them nothing but cornmeal mush. Malnutrition and vitamin deficiencies were common among slaves that were not fed properly. There are multiple reports of people experiencing visions and other sightings in places where slavery took place. Sienna Plantation is no exception to that. As many slaves were overworked to death, their bodies were buried in shallow graves in Sienna Plantation. Ernest reports seeing two visions. Both visions were of a black cat. On the first vision, Ernest reports being in his bed with the light turned off and only the glow from an outside light pole entering the room. A black cat was running under the ceiling, as if on an invisible plank, and then made a jump and fell into the corner of the room and disappeared. Ernest says what shocked him the most is that when the cat fell into the corner of the room, there was no sound. Ernest expected a loud sound upon the cat landing on the floor. But there was no sound and the cat disappeared. Ernest jumped out of bed, turned on the lights, and used a flashlight to search for the cat. He could not find the cat or any evidence of it being there. Ernest would go on to search for the black cat for the next several days at around the same time at night, but was unsuccessful. Ernest would later discover that just a few blocks away from his house, there was a land that was once used as a cemetery. It's not clear whether this cemetery was used to bury free whites or black slaves. But this apparition that Ernest experienced is very similar to other ones in various parts of this area where slaves were abused and worked to death. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, please give us a thumbs up.